Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. So we just got the skill trailer for the new upcoming hero SHADEWING, also known as Baby Ludovic by some, or at least by me. That's what I thought when I first saw him. So he's a Graveborn A level, and let's go ahead and begin the skill trailer.
I found you all.
Well, still sharp as ever. I crossed paths with SHADEWING once, back in Bantus. He barely said a word to anyone. From the
Dream Realm, we have another specialization in Dream Realm. Okay, we're gonna have to look at his skills and actually make sure that maybe he has potential there or not. But that is crazy if we have another meta Dream Realm hero. Supreme Arena, so he is going to be PvP oriented. We saw that he had a range of 1, like is appropriate for basically a rogue class, and he's a magic damage dealer. He has synergy with Bonnie, Odie, both doing damage over time. Ludovic, maybe just for healing or something.
He guards his liege, eyes sharp on those who might pose a threat. SHADEWING's loyalty to his liege is unshakable. He's got the instincts of a born predator. When
Oh, that animation is cool. I mean, already I'm a fan of the character design. Okay, let's continue.
SHADEWING casts his ultimate. He inflicts crimson venom on an enemy. The afflicted enemy takes damage every second based on SHADEWING's attack, plus extra damage based on the enemy's lost health. Where his wings spread, death follows. Where his
Okay, his ultimate is a damage over time, basically skill. It applies a crimson venom onto the target, who then takes damage over time. Nothing crazy. Like, I mean, we have Odie, we have Bonnie, they have damage over time. So I'm not like super blown away by his skills yet, but let's continue.
Talons strike, none survives. When SHADEWING attacks, he drives his claws deep into his target, dealing damage. Then he pulls them free, dealing more damage and leaving the wound wide open. The wound will continue to cause damage to the target for a period of time.
Okay, so even on his skill to raise your Talons, he's gonna have another damage over time, basically, application. So okay, he has true damage over times onto his ultimate and then also Razor Talons.
When SHADEWING casts Withering Curse, he soars straight into the fray, cursing the entire enemy team. And while he's airborne, he's invincible. That curse reduces enemies' physical and magic defense and converts any continuous damage they take into curse value. Once that curse value reaches a certain threshold, it lashes out, dealing damage based on enemies' max health. And
What? This seems incredibly insane, this skill. And this is why he has synergy with other damage over time, like stacks, because it's gonna basically get this curse to lash out more frequently. When the curse value reaches a certain percentage of the target's maximum health, like this draw damage, or SHADEWING's initial attack, it lashes out, dealing damage based on the target's maximum health up to a set limit. But this is probably still not HP loss damage. It just says dealing damage, so it maybe just is regular magical damage. We need to actually take a look at this. You can see by the numbers. If the numbers are purple, that means it's magical damage. If it's white, then that means it's HP loss damage or potentially true damage. Let's go ahead and see. This ability seems insane.
Continuous damage they take into curse value.
And the thing is, it also reduces defenses of the enemy, physical and magical defenses, and converts any continuous damage they take into curse value. Okay, but it looks just like magical damage here.
Into curse value. Once that curse value reaches a certain threshold, it lashes out, dealing damage based on enemies.
It's just magical damage. Okay, so, I mean, still, I don't see how this is good enough for Dream Realm if it's just raw magical damage. Because, you know, you need true damage, you need HP loss damage for Dream Realm.
Max health. And SHADEWING is patient. He'll wait for that one perfect moment to strike. After unlocking his exclusive skill, every time SHADEWING's curse lashes out, he recovers energy and permanently increases his damage dealt.
Wait. Okay, this HP loss damage from Fresto, right? So this white damage you see here, that must be from Fresto. But his exclusive skill, every time Shadewing's Withering Curse lashes out, he recovers energy so he can cycle his ultimate, which also is going to apply that damage over time, and he will permanently increases his damage dealt as well, which cannot exceed a set limit, okay? But still, I'm not seeing true damage, right?
Increases his damage dealt. If an enemy with Crimson Venom is defeated, Shadewing reclaims it and recovers energy based on the effect's remaining duration.
What was that? You saw that white damage right there? You saw this white damage right here?
Based on the effect's remaining...
What was that? Is the curse lash going to be HP loss damage or true damage? Okay, I think that looks like... maybe after his exclusive skill, he's actually going to be dealing either true or HP loss damage. Then that is crazy. That is then insane. Because if you have him with other damage over timers or even himself... It might even bring Fresto back in the meta. Fresto deals damage over time as well. HP loss damage, HP loss damage over time with this paralyzing Venom, right? Okay.
Duration.
Look at that burst.
Once his exclusive skills upgraded, every time Withering Curse lashes out, part of its damage becomes true damage.
Yeah, it becomes true damage. Okay, there you have it. So his exclusive skill is essential. After the skill is upgraded, every time Withering Curse lashes out, part of his damage becomes true damage. And then the damage is insane. And then that he could even be meta, he could even have Dream Realm usage. Whenever you have true damage, then there is a possibility in Dream Realm. Now, not guaranteed. We have great true damage even from Velka now. We have it from Chimera. Shadewing will have to compete with them. However, who knows? There could be some bosses where he actually is really good in.
Shadewing is the kind of Graveborn who bleeds his prey dry, then strikes with sudden bursts. Shadewing's skills weaken his enemies while maintaining continuous damage on them.
I mean, this is also really good for PvP. He's untargetable at the beginning of the battle. He applies all of his defense reduction onto the enemies, also dealing damage over time to them. And then if you have it teamed up with a hero like Bonnie, who is also going to help you stack up those curse lashes, basically, and then to power up Shadewing further, they're like the perfect duo, Shadewing and Bonnie, dot comp. Obviously, Odie, I still wouldn't recommend running in PvP, but yeah.
All that continuous damage builds into curse value. And when it reaches a certain threshold, the curse lashes out, dealing damage, restoring Shadewing's energy, and permanently increasing his damage dealt.
Look at those curse lash damage. When he has his exclusive skill, he is going to deal massive damage with the curse lash, and then he also gains energy.
Restoring Shadewing's energy, and permanently increasing his...
I think you can even see it from the animation. All these daggers, like, they all come together.
Dealing damage, restoring Shadewing's energy, and permanently increasing his damage dealt. I've heard a few stories about his work. When the battle starts, he swoops into the enemy formation like a raptor, hitting them with Withering Curse and dealing continuous damage. Enemies affected by the curse will have reduced physical and magic defense, and any continuous damage they take will be converted into curse value.
So definitely he is like a perfect ally with Bonnie, and Bonnie is meta. She even has some Dream Realm usage, but mainly for PvP. So like Shadewing Bonnie in PvP, Shadewing Bonnie maybe even in some Dream Realm, and then you also have Fresto here. Also the thing about Bonnie is she increases magical damage dealt to the target with her Supreme Plus skill, and Shadewing is mostly magical damage, but then he has true damage with his exclusive skill. Fresto, who knows, could Shadewing make Fresto back meta for some Dream Realm content? I find it very unlikely, but you never know. I mean, at least we're getting some helper for Fresto, but I think probably it's too late for Fresto.
Then he waits, patient, deadly, until the curse lashes out. And when it does, Shadewing recovers energy, ready to strike again. Shadewing's relentless curses and sudden bursts will soon break his enemy's will to fight. When the job's done, Shadewing fades into the shadows of his liege's palace in Bantus, returning to his silent vigil. Such a loyal servant, never once questioning his liege. All that matters to him is following orders, keeping his liege safe.
Okay guys, so there we have Shadewing, overall looking like a very interesting hero. Before we go into my final thoughts, I just wanted to mention that if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please consider using my affiliate link for the official Farlight Store. There's a link to that in the description of this video and a pinned comment. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. So Shadewing overall is definitely a strong looking PvP hero just from this skill trailer breakdown. For Dream Realm, it will be a matter of, is his true damage actually high enough? Is he able to frequently enough have these cursed lashes which deal the true damage? But if it is, then I could imagine him being very strong. He has in his kit damage amplification of himself after a certain number of curse lashes have been triggered, and the fact that it is also true damage with this damage amplification, and if it's triggering quickly enough with enough dot damage onto the boss, for example, then it can be very strong. Now, I find it very unlikely that Odie is, for example, going to become meta, and probably not Fresto either, even with Shadewing, but like Bonnie, who's already sometimes on the borderline of being in some Dream Realm top teams, Shadewing could make them both together be a really strong combo. But I'm really looking at it more in the PvP angle. I think at the beginning of the match, that physical magical defense reduction onto the entire enemy team, also applying the curse onto the entire enemy team, which is that damage over time, along with Bonnie, who can rapidly spread more damage over time, maybe even Citrana. There's some great synergy here, and it feels like he wouldn't even be counterable by an enemy Mihira because it seems like he's just untargetable right from the beginning. However, there is that issue with Citrana now that she is counterable by the interaction of a Mihira against her, so that is a little bit problematic. But against all other comps, Shadewing, Citrana, Bonnie seems very deadly because Citrana also deals damage over time, and she's very meta in PvP. And like also then you can get the Greyborn talents really easily. Like, you know, you already have Shadewing and Bonnie, you just throw in another Greyborn hero, basically whichever one you want. Nero to spread the dots even more quickly, or even some hero like Damon, who's also really good. So I think overall he's definitely looking interesting for PvP, but PvE content is, we're going to have to do testing, of course, and see it. And the other problem is he's going to be coming at a time where we have, well, actually maybe there's not a problem, endless Dream Realm. Sometimes true damage dealers are the best. Like we've seen Velka, she's rising up as a true damage dealer. Even Shamir is still doing well as a true damage dealer. But the problem is when we get to the HP loss territory, is Shadewing going to still be relevant there? Because when you look at heroes like Ludovic, even, he deals HP loss but ticking per second. So isn't that also counted as damage over time? So wouldn't that also have synergy with Shadewing? However, Shadewing himself does not have HP loss damage. He just has true damage. But overall, I think he's a really exciting hero. I think he's one worth considering. If you've saved your resources, maybe to consider building up. However, also at the same time, we have the collab coming up shortly after this. The collab is coming up on November 28th. And the thing about collab is they are literally limited. As long as the banner's up, that is the only time you can get them. And then after that, it's just really inefficient to like buy them with those some soul sigils from the diamonds from your store. That's not an efficient use. So basically, that is going to be the thing. Everyone wants to save up for the collab, especially if those heroes are meta in any way. And Shadewing, because he's a regular hero, he can just be got over time on a wish list, for example. We'll have to see exactly how meta he is, but if he is meta, then I think there's a hero that may be a pull. But for right now, he's looking like, I say confidently that for PvP he's looking like pretty nice, and I'll probably building and Paragon upgrade him for PvP, but for PvE, that's yet to be determined. So anyway, guys, feel free to share your thoughts about Shadewing in the comment section down below. What do you think? Are you planning to pull for him? Are you excited with this whole skill kit? Do you have any other ideas about synergies with him? Feel free to let me know in the comment section. But thank you all for watching. If you're not already a member of my AFK Journey Discord server, please join that. There's a link to that in the description of this video. Also, if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight Store. There's a link to that in the description of this video and a pinned comment. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.